I never meant for it to happen. It started innocently. A weekend trip to the lake house, just the three of us, me, my boyfriend Nathan, and his older brother Eli. Nathan and I had been together for 2 years. He was warm, funny, reliable. Eli was different, quieter, sharper around the edges. We didn't speak much before that trip. Nathan had to leave for a day unexpectedly, work emergency, so it was just Eli and me. The air between us shifted that night. We cooked dinner together, talked, really talked. I told him things I hadn't told Nathan, about my childhood, my anxiety, how sometimes I felt like I was performing the perfect girlfriend role. He listened. He saw me. And I saw how lonely he was too. Nothing happened that night, not physically, but I felt it, the emotional gravity pulling us closer. We shared a blanket. Our fingers touched for a second too long. When I went to bed, I couldn't sleep. The guilt didn't stop me from wondering, what if? After that, I found myself texting Eli. Nothing overt, nothing someone could call cheating outright, but the texts were intimate, confessional. He became my escape from the version of myself I was becoming with Nathan. 3 months later, Nathan found the messages. The confrontation was quiet. He just said, "I read them." That was it. No shouting, just disappointment. He left for a few days. Eli texted me once. I didn't want it to go this far. I didn't reply. Nathan and I tried therapy. We made it 4 more months before breaking up. Not because of Eli, but because I had emotionally checked out the moment I crossed that invisible line. Nathan moved out of our apartment the following week. He didn't scream, didn't beg for answers. He packed his things with the kind of quiet that feels louder than anger. I watched him fold his sweaters and unplug his Xbox, and I wanted so badly for him to scream at me, to say I was awful, to make me feel the shame I already carried like a second skin. But he just looked tired, older. I don't think I know who you are anymore, he said as he stood in the doorway with the last box. Neither did I. After he left, the silence was deafening. I replayed everything, the messages, the glances, the emotional high I got from talking to Eli, and the crushing guilt afterward. It wasn't just betrayal, it was also the realization that I'd chosen it, piece by piece. I didn't speak to Eli, not at first. I deleted his number, but I knew it by heart. Weeks passed. Nathan texted once to ask about a piece of mail. He signed it just his name. No hope you're well, no anger, nothing. Then, out of nowhere, Eli messaged me. Did you ever love him? I stared at it for hours. The nerve of him asking that. He'd stood just as silently as I had, knowing what was building between us. He had the same guilt, yet here he was, probing for something. Validation, maybe, or permission to keep feeling what he felt for me. I didn't answer right away, but I did eventually. Yes, but I also think I started loving you in that room, and I hated myself for it. He called me. I didn't mean to answer, but my thumb betrayed me. His voice cracked immediately. I'm sorry. I swear I never meant to take anything from him. But he had, and I had helped him. We met a week later. I needed closure, or understanding. Maybe just someone else to carry the shame. We sat in his car near the beach, staring out at the waves. I couldn't even look at him. You know what hurt the most? I said, almost whispering. That I could talk to you about things I never could with him, and I wanted that honesty with him so badly, but I gave it to you instead. I think, he said after a long silence, we both wanted things we couldn't name, and neither of us was brave enough to say no. I asked him if he felt guilty. He said he felt everything, guilt, longing, loss, even a little hope. And that scared me, because deep down, I wanted to feel hopeful too. But how could anything real grow from betrayal? We didn't sleep together, not then, not ever. But we were already tangled in ways no apology could undo. For months after, I stayed single. Therapy became my lifeline. I had to understand why I let myself cross a line I once swore I never would. I had to face the fact that I chose the emotional thrill over the quiet, steady love Nathan offered me. I learned something in therapy that stuck with me. Emotional infidelity often comes from needs being unmet, but not always by the other person. Sometimes it's about what we're afraid to ask for, or what we don't even know we need. Eli and I met again 6 months later. This time we were both calmer, clearer. I think we were trying to feel alive, he said, and we did it in the worst way. I nodded. You were never mine to feel things for, and I wasn't yours. Not really. We didn't kiss. We didn't promise anything. We just sat there, grieving what never had the right to exist in the first place. Nathan never reached out again. Last I heard, he moved to Denver, got a new job, started seeing someone. As for me, I still think about that room sometimes. The way silence filled the space like fog. The way my heart pounded not from guilt, but from possibility. That's the part that haunted me the most. Because infidelity isn't always the act. Sometimes it's the craving, the escape, the moment you start hiding pieces of yourself with someone who isn't yours. It was just one weekend, just one room. But the damage we did there, unspoken, unplanned, echoed far beyond the walls. And now, I live with the understanding that love, in its most honest form, requires something I failed to give. Presence, truth, and the courage to stay emotionally faithful even when no one is watching.